Today we're going to do flapjacks with maple syrup. Okay, first thing we need to do is make sure we've washed our hands, taken all our jewellery off, got a clean apron on. Okay, so we start by putting some flour in, self-raising flour, about 1 cup of self-raising flour and 2 tablespoons of your caster sugar. Okay, what we've got to do now is put a little well in the middle. Okay, that makes it easier when we put our milk in, which we've got about 165 mils of milk. 165 mils of milk in. Okay, that much. Okay, we're going to crack our eggs. Take them, put them in. 1, 2 eggs in. Okay, we're going to whisk this together to get it nice and smooth. We start in the middle, and then as we do this, we're bringing in the flour from the outside. That reduces your chance of getting any lumps in your mixture. Okay. Okay, once we've got it sort of together, we can put the rest of the milk in. Okay, I'm going to leave it a little bit just to check the texture's right. I may need that at the end. So what we're going to do is try and mix it till it's nice and smooth. Okay, that's getting there now. Now, how do we know when that mixture's the right texture? Okay, the way I tell is I do a figure 8 in it, and if we can make a figure 8 and the figure 8 disappears at the end of the figure 8, then it's the right texture. I'll show you that now. See that? Okay, mixing that through, we do a little figure 8 and it's disappeared by the time that figure 8's finished, so then we know that that's the right texture. Now normally I would leave that rest in the fridge for about 20 minutes, half an hour. We don't have the time to do that in a normal practical lesson, so we're not going to do that. Okay, so I'm heating this pan up now to about level 6 on your electric fry pan. If you don't want to use electric fry pan, you can use just a normal fry pan on the stove. You just need to do it at about at medium temperature, about halfway around. That'll depend on your oven, so just make sure when you put the first one in that it's at the correct temperature. You may need to adjust that. Okay, so we just clean this little area up for now. Okay, we've got a mixture here now and we're ready to cook our pancakes. Okay, the fry pan's at medium temperature. Okay, I'm going to start by putting a little bit of butter in there. Okay, and that butter to melt. Now, we call them flapjacks, or we're calling them flapjacks. Now, the difference between flapjacks and pancakes is pancakes is a general term for any sort of cake we cook in a pan. So crepes are a pancake, hot cakes, flapjacks, they're all pancakes. Now, flapjacks are just an American style of pancakes. These can also be called hotcakes. You may have been to McDonald's and seen them, and they call them hotcakes at McDonald's. They're the same thing. They're just an American style pancake. They're a bit thicker than, say, a French style crepe. Okay. So I normally use about the half a cup measure. Okay, and we put that in, okay, and just allow that to settle down into a nice circle. So now we're waiting for the heat to sort of come through that. You'll notice that you'll find some bubbles coming up. Okay, that's what you're looking for. When them bubbles actually start to pop, then that's when you know you need to turn it. You'll also notice a little brown on the outside. Okay, it's starting to toast up, and that's when you know to turn it over. Okay, you can see just around the edge here, the bubbles are starting to pop now. Okay, so we'll just wait for that to go, and then we'll turn that over. Okay, so you notice now that the pancake is starting to cook through. You're starting to get these bubbles popping. Okay, when them bubbles start popping along the top there, you know that it's ready to turn. So we'll give this one a go. Okay, so that's nice, round, nice thick fluffy pancake, and we just cook off the other side and before we take it off. Okay, now these traditionally they're served with maple syrup. Okay, in Canada they actually serve pancakes, maple syrup and bacon, which is an interesting breakfast. You can obviously, we'll be serving it today with ice cream and maple syrup, one of my favourites. You can also serve them with a bit of strawberries, maple syrup, and that's quite nice too. Okay, so then once that's cooked, the other side, we can take that off, and what we're going to do, start another one. Before we start the other one, put a little bit more butter in your pan, okay, to ensure that they don't stick. Alright, so again in the middle. Now some people say to turn the pan around, spread it out. I like you get a nice even sized pancake if you just let it settle by itself. Okay, so once again we need to wait until these bubbles start popping and coming through, then we're going to turn that pancake. Okay, you can see now it's just starting to pop again. So turn him over. Okay, that was a little lighter than the last one. Okay, while we're waiting for these to cook, what we can be doing is wiping down your benches and making sure we're ready to plate. So getting your ice cream ready, getting your plates ready to serve them. You can keep these warm by placing them in the oven. Just a very warm oven, probably lower setting on your oven, just to keep them warm while you're waiting. What they will do is, if you stack them up, you're putting warm ones on top, so they will keep warm for quite a while, just like this. However, like I said, if you want to keep them for an extended period of time, doing a lot more of them, then you would put them in the oven. So then we just repeat the process for the rest of the mixture. You'll end up with a nice stack of pancakes. I'll be back in a minute and I'll show you what it looks like and how to present it on your plate. Alright guys, now we're just going to finish this off. It's going to use 2 scoops of ice cream over the top. 1, 2. Okay. And then top it with some maple syrup. About 2 tablespoons of maple syrup over the top. Then, ready to go. Flapjacks with maple syrup and ice cream.